Hello and welcome back to Submachine for the lab. I think this time we're going to finish this game off. We're almost there. We finally got power going to the ship. We've been trying to do this whole time, which will allow us to open this door and go through, and we find a chest, finally. And in the chest, we find a golden arm and a note. If you have looked hard enough and you are feeling lucky, you can always try this location. 728. Well, I'm feeling pretty lucky, so let's actually head there. Well, not sure where we are now, but there's another secret up there. And some kind of device. And in fact, this is the device that accepts secrets. In order to get this device full and to let us through this door, we need to find all 21 secrets, which I will do eventually. I still got to finish up the rest of the game. And in fact, I think I left behind the secret on the ship. Let me go grab that real fast. Did I? No, I got it. Okay. So, we'll go back to that room once we collect all the secrets. Until then, oops. We've been just about everywhere, but this golden arm reminds me of that statue we saw in this location. So we can put the arm on the statue, and nothing happens. But we're also missing a scepter here, so there's one more thing we need. Now, if you remember the circle, square, triangle from the tomb trap, we haven't seen anywhere in the game where we can input that. The closest thing we have are these numbers. We have 3 numbers and there are 3 shapes. Since there's nowhere to put the shapes, maybe those shapes correspond to numbers. And if we use the number of sides per shape, we get 0 for the circle, 4 for the square, and 3 for the triangle. And that in fact takes us back to the tomb, but just a different part of it. And we have some kind of device here. The final bell. Another secret. How many? Still 18. I think I'm missing a couple. I'll have to go hunting for them, possibly off screen. So this says, need water, must find water. Not much, just 1 drop would be enough. Just 1 drop of water. All I see is sand. 32 chambers filled with sand, as I remember. Write down the coordinates, he said. Wish I had done that. I need water, just a drop. Well, this sounds like somebody who met a particularly nasty end. But it doesn't sound like he's thirsty. It doesn't say that he's thirsty. It just says he needs water for some reason. And just a drop of it. That's not enough to get full. Maybe there's something here. Because this thing right here doesn't... Nothing we have works on it. And we've collected just about everything. So maybe we can get some water for this object here. And what way can we get water? Well, we already have something we can put water in. So if we head back to the lab, let's head this way. Put the beaker down here and turn the water back on. And while we're here, the thing I was waiting for with that coil was this machine way back at the beginning. We can in fact use it, and all it is a secret. Because again, it's sort of an extra puzzle. You'd have to think, oh yeah, I have the charged coil, I can keep it charged, and then go do that thing. So let's head back to the tomb trap and put the water on there. And that gives us the scepter for the statue. Now before I put that scepter in, I'm gonna quickly look around for the final secrets. I know where one of them is. The other one, I have missed it. So I'm gonna check, possibly off camera, but maybe on. So the first one here is in the lighthouse digouts. If you remember the location where the bells were, now that we've hit all 4 of them, that opens up and reveals another secret. But there's nothing else here secret-wise. So I'm just gonna check here, see what I got. The lab has a bunch of them, but I think I collected them all. The ancient section, I think I already got them all there. I got the one that was in the looping traps. I got the couple here. The lighthouse digouts, I'm there now. There's none here. I got them all on the ship. The other locations, there's also this one. I think I already collected this one, though. Yeah, there was one there. Is there another one here? No. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of exploring, and I'll clip the video to when I find that other secret, the final one. So I'll see you then. Oh, duh, I found it. This one is so easy to miss. So this is back in the laboratory. Right here at the bottom of the thing. It's not even that hard to see. It's just so easy not to look there because this is so obvious it takes all your attention. But there's a secret right there. In the lab. So that is the final secret of the game. Let's use those secrets now in this location and see what we get. There we are. So we see some kind of device here. We're looking out at a rooftop. It looks kind of like the rooftop we were on. This is a view from my window. I knew that I'd use it in a game one day because it was quite inspiring. So the idea of the rooftops merged from this almost instantly when I thought of the Sub 3 ending sentence, stating that you should arrive at the lab or somewhere nearby. On the roof. Where else? So these are some developer commentary on the game. And this game and the few others after this, all the secrets you collect are in fact giving you some sort of developer commentary or other types of info into the design process. So I guess Skutnik had been looking at that roof for a while and thinking, I gotta find a way to add that to the game, and well, he did. That's where you start the game. Now we got some computers we're looking at. This is my workplace. It's nice to have a lot of space on your desk, which is large enough for 2 computers and all that junk from watercolor painting, I think that's what he means to say. In case you don't really know, I create graphic novels, mostly in watercolor technique. Besides that, there's plenty of room for other useless stuff that magically appears on the desk right after I finished cleaning it up. I'm just impressed he has, like, a 2-monitor setup here. Probably just one computer. This game being in 2007. Like, 2 monitors is not that weird of a setup, but back then it was not as common as it is today. I think I had a friend in college at the time who had a 2-monitor setup, and he was quite ritzy to have that. Nowadays it's pretty normal to have a couple monitors set up if you are any kind of artist. Let's see, we got a cat here. That's probably Einstein. A trans-dimensional magical black cat known as Einstein? Misspelled Einstein. Since Submachine 2, The Lighthouse. Well, maybe not exactly, but still a good inspiration. So yeah, I guess Murtaugh owns a cat, yes, but I'm talking about Skutnik. Get the two confused. Apparently Skutnik owns a cat. Who is the inspiration for Einstein. We see this turbine puzzle again, and a picture of an actual valve on piping. Looks like some sort of industrial building. Isn't that just beautiful? I live nearby a shipyard and have a chance to go in there from time to time, and the place is huge and deserted and full of such machines, old pipes, valves, etc. Maybe I should go there with my camera and make like 1,500 photos and compile them into one huge game. No, wait, someone done that already. Ever played 99 Rooms? And that's an old... And it's not a Flash game, I think, but it's an old game that was online at the time, which was another puzzle, point and click, which was compiled of photographs of, like, industrial ruins. So you can look that one up. I don't remember too much about that game, but I do remember playing it once. And finally, we have a typewriter like what we saw in the second game. It's my typewriter, maybe not quite like that one in Submachine 2, but it was the main inspiration for putting an old typewriter into the game. As you can see, a lot of things that appear within submachines can be found in real life somewhere around me, unless it's a trans-dimensional portal that teleports you between different sections of the submachine world. Oh! Anyway, I guess he had a real typewriter he used as inspiration. And that's everything we see here. So we can head now, put this back on the statue and finish the game. If you accidentally finish the game before collecting secrets, you can actually restart your game from where you left off and go to the secret room. I just didn't want to do it that way. So you put this in, and apparently it does this. And we're not sure what exactly that does, but we get this message. Congratulations. You have passed all tests flawlessly. Your application was considered positively. You can start working at the lab tomorrow. Await further instructions. So even though we were told that we would be finding a way through the submachine to escape, it seems that we have been tricked into doing something else. We're not totally sure what that is, and in fact, I don't think it's ever really explained what that statue is for. It might be for nothing. It might just, when it went off, it cued Murtaugh in some way that you solved it, which meant that you are capable of using the portals and understanding the submachine net, and so he decided, well, I can use you. And in the next game, we'll actually be working at the lab and doing more stuff for him. More so than exploring, it'll actually be something else entirely. But that's Submachine for the lab, so you can probably see why it's one of the favorites. It introduces the concept of the trans-dimensional portals. I mean, they were in the other games they were talked about, but this actually introduces using them as a game mechanic. And even though the other worlds you can explore are kind of small in of themselves, a couple of them are only a few screens large, 2 or 3, the idea that you could teleport to any location really opens up the world and introduces a lot of possibilities which get used in later games. So for that reason, it's always a favorite. It's still one of my favorites. I definitely put it above all the other games so far. In fact, if I had to pick an order of the first 4 games, I'd say going from worst to best, the worst one's number 3 by far. Then you have number 1 just because it's not much going on. And then number 2 is pretty good. And then number 4 is clearly the best of them all. And it pretty much just gets better from here as we start exploring more about the submachine and how to get through it and why we're here and what we're doing and what exactly Murtaugh is up to. So until then, y'all have a good time, and I'll see you next time with Submachine 5. Bye.